Vast oceans of churning water teeming with primitive life forms covered the entire face of the earth. Today, after millions of years, the earth is still three-quarters covered with water. Oceans filled with endless varieties of highly developed marine life. The Caribbean Sea has an abundance of spectacular underwater life, for here the currents are mild. The rich plankton fields are abundant enough to support an incredible network of sea life. Man has been fascinated with water and sea life throughout his existence. It holds a mysterious attraction that goes beyond explanation, an allure that continues unchanged to this day. In the Caribbean, there is a chain of beautiful tropical islands extending from the tip of Florida all the way to Venezuela. And among these islands are the United States Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, St. Croix, and St. John. They serve as one of the hubs of the Caribbean because of their mountainous beauty, their many natural harbors, their tropical climate, and of course, their duty-free status. Scuba divers come to explore the beautiful waters shimmering everywhere you look. Scientists come to study the ocean and its teeming life. Yachtsmen come to savor the constantly blowing trade winds that cool the island. The tourists that come by the thousands each day to frolic find the Virgin Islands the perfect playground. They arrive by air and by sea for the breathtaking beauty. Everywhere you look, there is a view. And of course, the main attraction is the sea. Visible from everywhere, and so inviting that young and old alike plunge in. The ocean provides a never-ending source of enjoyment and entertainment. The Virgin Islands are truly an American paradise. On the island of St. Thomas, there has been created a new way to enjoy the sea, a totally innovative concept in underwater viewing. The Coral World Underwater Observation Tower, a new means of entering into and observing the fascinating reefs of the Caribbean. This concept is a natural extension of the blossoming need and desire of man to become closer to the sea. It began in 1975 with the dream of a huge tower plunging into the sea, a staircase into the silent world below, where the secrets of the coral reef could be revealed through large, clear windows. Experts began a search for the perfect site, one where an observation tower would not disturb the sea life, and where the coral reefs were alive and blooming, and the seas were teeming with fish. The perfect location was found on the east end of St. Thomas, where a peninsula of land juts out into the Caribbean. It was here, at Cokie Point, that a stairway into the sea began to take form. A uniquely designed tower was constructed on the south side of the peninsula. When completed, railroad tracks were laid down from the tower to the sea, and the structure was rolled into the water. Tugboats carefully moved the floating tower around the point to the north side of the peninsula, where the massive cement cylinder was lowered down into its resting place to be secured. Once settled into its home, the upper level and dome quickly went up, up, up. At the same time, a full marine park was built on the 4-acre peninsula. Other huge domes were constructed to house the marine gardens and its many breathtaking saltwater aquariums. A tropical nature trail was created. And of course, all the conveniences for visitors. Finally, in the winter of 1978, all was ready. The observation tower was in place, the supporting grounds were completed, and the gates were open to the public. Today, Coral World offers visitors the perfect chance to enjoy the many aspects of the sea and its menagerie of life. The main attraction continues to be the allure of the splendid underwater tower and the glimpse it provides of the mysterious underwater world. The adventure begins by crossing a bridge and descending a spiral staircase to the spectacular underwater observation room on the ocean's floor. Through these windows, the enchantment and beauty of life beneath the ocean's surface is revealed. Visitors can look out into a massive, teeming coral reef. Schools of up to several million fish form clouds of patterns underwater. Sunlight filters down and bounces off the seafloor where colonies of polyps are growing. Each one making a tiny contribution to huge coral formations. You are not watching something man-made. This is nature itself. Here, the impressive medley of the ocean unfolds for all to see. The blossoming reef supports an amazing amount of marine life, and there's never a dull moment in this city of sea creatures. Down here, you are literally surrounded by a passing parade of sea life. Because outside these windows, there are no nets, no barriers of any kind. Fish are free to come and go. Endless variety of visiting sea life passing these windows is never bothered by the Coral World staff, who respond to the delicacy found here by using a light, careful touch in dealing with the ocean life.
To me, it's like a home away from home. I love the water. I could spend almost 24 hours a day under there without coming up. It's a whole different world out there. Every day something new is being discovered in the sea. Sometimes when you blink, you never know what you miss. There's no noise at all. Just fish sound, different types of fish. Actually, I feel the ocean is a part of me. It's beautiful. Just so unique.
Looking out through these windows, visitors to the Virgin Islands can spend as much time as they like watching the show. And it is a show. Whether a diver happens to be in view, or there is a large school of brightly colored fish passing by, or perhaps just one or two little fish shyly patrolling the area and stealing a quick glance back at you. You look closely enough, you can see the delicate, intricate patterns that add the final touches to Mother Nature's seascape. One floor up on the middle level of the tower is a most unusual aquarium, the reef tank. Here, windows look into an enclosed circular tank filled with some of the Caribbean's largest species, usually found offshore. This is a place of never-ending activity. Huge stingrays mingle with sharks. Silver tarpon glide through the water. Bug-eyed porcupine puffers gape at moray eels sliding past spotted eagle rays. The so-called deadly moray eel is actually the shy, retiring type. He occasionally peeks out of his hole, and on rare occasions will venture out to play. The tenderness of all these fish destroys the myth that they are deadly beasts to be feared. Monsters of the deep? Not quite. More like affectionate, docile lambs of the water. Chow time is popular in here. Everyone makes an appearance at the daily feeding. In fact, some get a little pushy about the whole thing.
When I go into the tank to feed the fish, I try to reach out to them. I actually feel like if I'm a fish, like if I'm the big mama fish coming in to feed the kids. While feeding the fish, you gotta keep a keen eye out for them. And we have the nurse shark. He comes up to you and he just lies there. And as fast as you could give it to him, he would suck it in. So I'm always aware of the power of the large shark because she could be very strong if she wants to. She can be so gentle and yet still put out that strength towards you. I grew to trust them and I guess they grew to trust me. And we all started communicating with one another. The eels now, you gotta reach down in there, actually pull them out. At times they come right out to you. You just want to be played with, loved. When Frizzy eats from my hand, it feels like a puppy dog licking milk. When we first started, it took us about 4 to 5 weeks just to get her to actually eat from our hand. So the time she's so friendly, she just comes up to you, rubs her nose on your mouth, try to get the regulator out of your mouth. Swiftly, she's calm and gentle. You could actually hold her, cuddle up to her. Now, I do think they would miss contact if no humans ever came near to them. I just love to do it.
Back on land, Coral World has many other tropical birds, animals, and reptiles on display. Visitors are first confronted by Mork and Mindy, the Coral World macaws. From high up on their perch, these colorful ambassadors often scream their delight as cameras click away. Much quieter are the indigenous iguanas that are fascinating throwbacks to the age of dinosaurs. They will devour hibiscus flowers on cue. Their roommates are West Indian turtles, and they too love a good meal of hibiscus blossoms. Small tide pools give everyone a close look at other fascinating inhabitants. The starfish are a favorite. Often a guide will invite you to hold one for a closer look.
There's the stomach there, being drawn in. Top of each other.
The baby nurse sharks look like large tadpoles until feeding time. And then the sight and sound of their aggressive eating habits remind us to give them the proper respect and distance.
The movie Jaws, of course, was designed to frighten people and make them jump out of their seats and so forth, and it did a very good job. However, it was not a very factual movie as far as how sharks really and truly react. And I like to point that out to people that Hollywood is interested in selling movies more than giving you the facts. It's very strong. A shark is an extremely strong fish. When you pick it up, it kicks pretty hard, and you have to hang on very tightly. fact, I often like to say that shark is the world's most photographed shark because a lot of people do take pictures of it. And quite often, if I notice a lot of people aren't petting it or something, I'll come around a second time and I notice a lot of people who didn't touch it before are suddenly touching it. We take very good care of the animals here, and it doesn't hurt him. As I say, he doesn't really like it very much, but it doesn't hurt him at all. I spend hours and hours in the ocean, and I've never been harmed by anything so far. So there's very little to fear in the water. It's just that people don't understand that, and I think through the tours that we give here, people do get a better understanding.
The Marine Gardens Aquarium provides yet another perspective on the sea. Each of the aquarium is an art gallery of ocean life, showcasing a small piece of the sea. Seahorses cling to stems of marine plants, looking like tiny wind-up toys. About 3 times a year, the male, who actually carry the baby, release hundreds of live young. The Coral World staff carefully catch and release them into the Caribbean reef. Green sea turtles are an endangered species, and the aquarium staff cooperates with conservation programs by raising hatchlings till they are about a year old, and then releasing them into the sea. The young turtles are raised in a tank specially designed to show off their young, sleek beauty. These living corners of a tropical reef present the breathtaking, brilliant panorama of colors naturally present in the ocean.
Well, in the tropics worldwide, we have brighter colors in the more temperate zones, and those colors seem to come from the surroundings themselves. In the temperate zones, we see darker colors, but in the Caribbean and tropical Pacific, the colors are brighter. Coral is alive. It's all alive. Now, coral is a filter feeder, as are sponges, and in order for us to keep those animals alive, they are animals, we have to feed them. We do nothing at all to the water. We don't filter it. Again, unique among aquariums. This is seawater just as it comes from nature here. We've got here coral reefs abounding around the Caribbean, and they are, in fact, the most fertile biological areas in the world. So we have more species here and more kinds of life than just about any place. Visitors are given an opportunity to see what the natural sea life is like by being down in that sea life. They remain dry, look out into the ocean, and see what a coral reef is all about. The animals that live in the ocean are essentially in no way threatening to the people who get in the sea. So, the tropics, if a person can get in the water and go for a swim or go out snorkeling, they'll probably find more color and more of a welcoming kind of atmosphere in the sea than they would any place else in the world.
The vast oceans are home to a myriad of fish, all shapes and sizes and textures. Tiny, odd creatures such as the jawfish, the squirrelfish, the banded shrimp, the sea star, all coexist in this environment. Here, the secret of life and its many symbiotic relationships are unveiled. The Coral World story is a story of life in its many forms, and a story of love, and a story of professional people and their unique approach to living creatures of the sea. The staff have to be expert, of course, but they have to be more. The love and respect can be seen in the touch, the daily handling, the attention to detail. This hub of bustling ocean activity came about because of a dream that was realized with the building of the underwater tower. The tower reached down into and embraced the sea, revealing the fascinating world of the deep. The captivating and mysterious sea life that so attracts man is unveiled at its finest. This is underwater life in a completely natural state. Moving and hiding and eating and chasing and blooming. Ever-changing, always breathtaking. Through the windows to the sea, a world of living fascination can be seen. Coral World is proud to have such an important part in making the vast ocean and its life more accessible to man.